My family situated in the transition zone about 60 years ago. My grandfather and his brothers arrived through Sudan during a time when Lake Chad was in good state. Right now, the area we settled in, our spot for life support, is just another portion of the desert. The desertification causes poverty, causes food insecurity, and more water shortages.
Desertification needs to stop, and we need the help of all of the countries of the region to find the roots of this problem.
The causes of desertification can be divided into two branches: climatic change and human activities. Climatic events such as drought, vegetation loss, and climatic shifts have affected the area, causing desertification. On the other hand, we have deforestation, overgrazing, and poor management of land, which all lead to desertification as well.
This is what damaged my land. This thing. I hate this thing. It won't grow anymore because of this.
When people imagine Africa, they usually imagine poor, dirty people or savage tribes. What they don't realize, though, is that if we're talking natural resources, Africa is the richest continent of all. This richness does not manifest itself because of the poor management of these resources. Water is considered to be one of the most valuable resources of all, but due to increasing population and decreasing precipitation, coupled with the government's misuse of this water, water is getting harder to come by every day. Also, harmful agricultural practices such as overgrazing and overfarming are ruining the soil in the transition zone. If the soil is ruined, it cannot absorb water, which damages the crops. Eventually, if these harmful human practices keep going on, the transition zone is going to be uninhabitable and it's going to become all desert.
This is all that's left in the land. It happened all because of this. And the machinery. Human activity is getting it all messed up.
The transition zone is a paradox. People depend on the land to live, but the land is too erratic and unpredictable to let them farm. The area has two hot seasons, with the rainy season occurring between May and August. The rain is not constant though. In some years it may be very scarce, while other years it may be so abundant that it damages crops. This, coupled with the climatic change and the mismanagement of resources, makes the transition zone a very hard place to live and farm in.
Desertification is a crisis that must be put to an end soon. It has deprived the African continent of progress, and it has deprived 1.22 billion people of crops, food, and even water. So, we encourage all the countries in the transition zone to work together to solve this problem.
I wish all the countries in the region work together to bring Africa back to its own glory. These are my children. They really wish Africa could go back to its glory, and so do I.
Desertification need to stop. We all
Hello.
We all know the transition zone has been a complicated religion